Breaking news. Open up Biafra. Because the matter beyond Nnamdi Kanu is Igbo can never be at war with Nigeria. Obiozo replies Ipob. President General of Ohanaeze Ndigbo, Chief George Obiozo, yesterday he said that Igbo nation was not at war with Nigeria and had nothing pending before any institutional authorities that necessitated a breakaway from Nigeria. Obiozo, who made the declaration during his main press conference at the Ohanaeze Ndigbo National Secretariat, Chare Enugu, advised the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Nnamdi Kanu, to listen to Igbo leaders. Igbo nation is not at war with Nigeria and has nothing pending before any institutional authority that demands a separate existence from Nigeria. Nnamdi Kanu is one of us, and he must listen to some of us for several reasons. The acts and the facts of reality are that the issues of Biafra are beyond his capacity to decide. He must listen because he is one of us, and we are all in this dilemma together, and our mutual and collective responsibilities are sacred but must also be respected as well. Consequently, all actions or utterances that put Ndigbo in present and imminent danger or arms way and unarmed way must be avoided now. The new Ohanaeze boss was surrounded at a conference by members of his executive, noted that when late Jim Chukwuemeka Odumegwe Ojukwu said that the bones shall rise again, he did not mean conflicts, violence, and war. What it meant is that the mission was creative and constructive, insisting that Ndigbo are builders and not nation wreckers or destroyers. Obiozo said Ojukwu meant the return of the can-do spirit of Ndigbo that turns difficulties into dividends and obstacles into opportunities. Therefore, in this context and in the spirit of the times and collective interest of Ndigbo, I appeal to our son Nnamdi Kanu should act well your part, for there is where honor lies. He disclosed that one of the objectives of his team, which he believes cannot be achieved with diplomatic dexterity or decency, candor, and decorum, was not effective. Reintegrate them into Nigerian political process, and also effectively, significantly, and relevantly. Speaking on why Igbo nation needed the President Ohanaeze leadership, Obiozo said, "It is obvious that at this critical time in our history, leadership of Ndigbo ought to transit partisan politics, makes believe, rhetoric, propaganda, and shadow boxing. In other words, it is imperative that the primaries of Igbo and the interests are opposed to self-seeking agenda, and mere political ambition should be the bedrock of which Igbo desirable and ideal leadership, and it must be anchored." He assured that security and safety of Ndigbo would be the priority of his administration. Thank you, viewers, for listening to this news. Obiozo, whatever, is for Ohanaeze, right? While Nnamdi Kanu is for Biafra. Biafra is beyond Ohanaeze, where Obiozo cannot even speak for Biafra. Imagine. I think Nnamdi Kanu can decide for himself. He can decide for Biafra. But Ojukwu can never decide for himself back then. So, this is so glaring that Obiozo is so empty as regard to the interest of Indigbos or Igbos. So the primary assignment is to speak against Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, that is why to speak against Nnamdi Kanu, against him and the rest of Igbo interest. If not, they don't tell him, or they do not tell him what he intends to do, or what he intends to do economically, security-wise, and general well-being as a new head. So instead of him starting with his primary duties, which is to oppose other people, but keep opposing Nnamdi Kanu and quench Biafran issues. You can imagine that. What should we call this? Biafrans were complaining about Nyanwodu. He left, and they were so happy that Nyanwodu has left the seat. But now, they appointed another Ohanaeze Ndigbo leader, and the same thing is still happening. Why this? I can assure you, Obiozo, that Nnamdi Kanu will still and can never be disgraced like other saboteurs. He will remain and will continue with his struggle and will never be disgraced by other leaders, or the so-called Igbo leaders. Yes. So no matter negative thing is said about Nnamdi Kanu, sorry to say, that is your own opinion, not others' opinion. So your opinion is for yourself, while Ipob members have their own opinion. So viewers, what is your take on this? Your comment concerning this news is of great importance. Please